I have a criminal case that should not have been charged. But you see, prosecutors, they have the power to charge people with crimes, even if the victim in a case did not want charges, even if the police officer did not want charges. And believe it or not, that is the situation with this case, where this individual was having a very serious mental health crisis. They were in a complete state of psychosis, so definitely not doing anything knowingly, diagnosed bipolar and schizophrenic, and they basically were in their own house causing a scene, okay? They were not there. And the victim calls the police and says, hey, I would like the crisis unit and the fire department to come because this is getting more and more serious, in the sense that, I don't want him to eventually hurt himself here in the future. And guess what the dispatch does is they send the police officers there. And so sure enough, within literally 10 seconds of the police officers being there, the police officer tases him, and of course he goes down, and then nothing else happens. The police officer writes a very fair police report saying, hey, I got there, this is the situation I saw, I tased him, and that ended it. There was nothing else that happened. And the freaking prosecutors come in months later and they charge this individual with assault, disorderly conduct, indecent exposure, and obstructing the police's lawful duties. 4 misdemeanor offenses. None of this should have been charged to begin with. Definitely the police report did not recommend charges, but I'm glad that the police officer did write a report as opposed to just pretending this never happened at all. They took this individual to the hospital. Everything was perfectly fine. And then again, 6 months later come these charges, and the prosecutors are refusing to dismiss this case until we go to trial and fight it. Now, this person, through a 100% mental state of psychosis, was definitely not doing anything intentional, and 2 of these charges require there to be knowingly intent. There's no way that they can even win this at trial for 2 of these offenses. The other 2, though, do not have that standard, and that's the really hard and tricky point about this. Yes, the prosecutor has the power to charge people with crimes, but should they in every situation? No, definitely not, especially not when the victim didn't ask for any charges to be filed, not when the police officers even didn't ask for any charges to be filed. But the prosecutors can go through these reports and find charges that they want to charge and charge you with a crime, whether you like it or not. And again, you have to now go through the court process to work on getting your case dismissed. Extremely unfair.